Hello everybody and welcome back to Outward. Where are we? Well, if you recognize the stag banner and the random dragonkin heads, you'll know that we are back in Berg. And so I got us back here, which took quite a while. And I want to find out what Rissa's going to say to us about our failure with the ash giants. Thinking about stashing some of these gold ignits, but they don't weigh a lot, so maybe I'll just keep them in my bag. And something I realized while having to traverse Chersonis and then Amakar Forest Zone is that after you get sufficient gear and combat practice and you get your loadout and build the way you want it, traveling those areas, it's not really challenging, it's just kind of time consuming. It was even winter in Chersonis, and unlike previous times, I didn't have to stop at all to even warm my body temperature back up, so...
How can I help you?
It was really just about 40 minutes of walking. I took out a few enemies on the way, but now that we have a good handle on things, it was actually really easy. So I feel like I still feel this. I feel like at some point in character progression or in story progression, fast traveling should become an option. Especially after the experience I just had where navigating those two zones, it wasn't challenging, I didn't have to do a lot of the survival elements of the game, I might have ate and drank a single time. It didn't have it, and you know, that was fine, I got here just fine, and then we rested in bed and we're perfectly alright, so it was just really time consuming and a little boring to make that run again.
I'm glad to see you.
So I'm hoping it'll have some payoff here and we'll get more into the story, which is what I'm really interested in. You're back. How did it go? Well, it went. We may have caused a major diplomatic incident. Yeah, it didn't seem too major. You know, they didn't even get to fight him. Now, if we had killed the guy, then...
This is troubling.
Did I not ask you to handle this with care and tact? I wasn't expecting success, but I was expecting better than this. So, we either would have convinced them to join us or not. They didn't declare war on us. I can't say I'm surprised. They are giants, after all. She's, like, very back and forth with her feelings about us and everything else. We got a lot of log updates. So, how did things go while we were gone? Levant's aggressive looting of the eastern regions has roused many estranged tribes within the collective. Tribes that have barely kept contact with us have sent us a flood of new warriors, all of them eager to fight. Looks around, doesn't see any more NPCs than usual. I'm sure they're all at the inn, sleeping, from their long journey. With the ash giants on our side, we could have turned this war around overnight. Well, that doesn't sound fun. But even without them, I see our chances improving considerably. In other words, we went out there for absolutely no reason. I feel like sometimes she just tries to like get us out of the center of the political areas just so that we're away and then things can transpire while we're gone and then we come back and things are different. Well, not physically different, but plot-wise.
Be safe. Be smart.
It may be some time before the situation changes. You're free for now. Come back in a few days, and I will let you know if there's more that you can do. I'm ready for the more right now. I don't like the artificial gating of quest progression through time, especially when I already spend so much time simply traveling from place to place. If I've completed a quest, and there is going to be a follow-up quest, do not make me go sleep for 3 days, or explore for 3 days if I don't want to do that. This game is fairly open. I could take the next quest, and then I could decide to go dick off for 3 days. Do you know what I mean? But simply saying that you're not even going to let me take the quest for 3 days is actually pretty annoying. It's the second time that it's happened, I think. Because I'm literally going to go sleep for 3 days. I've done what I wanted to do, because what I want to do more than anything else is I want to progress the story. I feel like we've cleared a lot of optional content. And I really have nothing else that I'd like to do right now, except take her next quest. And that's what we're going to do. Even if I have to fight multiple load screens to do it. And all that might sound a little complainy, but those are my actual feelings. I like the game a lot. I like the game so much that I've spent about 60 hours playing it. But there are some things about it that are really troubling. And one of those is artificial gating of story progression in an RPG. Now, if she gave us like some other side quests to do and said, hey, do these first and then we'll have more to talk about it, that would be fine as long as they were interesting. But being forced to adventure out in the open world when you don't want to for 3 days, or to do this, it's just not good quality of life. If what someone wants to see is the story. There's a story, right? I think that's what we've been following along with. If not, then we'll have to start making one up. I think that's been 3 days. Let's give her like a couple more hours. All of our shit is rotting and that's totally fine with me. There we go. Hopefully now she's ready to talk to us a bit more. Things will have developed. I'm hoping, yes. So I was hoping that when it spoils, it just drops out of our bag, I think. That's perfect. Okay. Let's try this again.
Ancestors guide you.
There you are. I was hoping you'd return. Okay. Okay, Rissa.
This is troubling.
I know you're not the most resourceful person, but I'm out of options. I have an offer for you. Rissa, you just make it sound so appealing, dear. Your people skills are top notch. Like, this is... Why do they have her doing the quest giving and the recruitments? I know you're not the most resourceful person, but I'm out of options. Look at us. We have a lightning eye. Okay? You don't get a lightning eye without some resources.
I need you to join the Cryptea.
I'm going to come right out with it. I need you to join the Cryptea. Rissa, I'm going to come right out with it. I don't know what the Cryptea are. The what? You have not heard of us. Good. Then we've been doing our job. Us. Okay. So I'm thinking it's some kind of cult or secret organization like the Freemasons or the CIA? Let's find out.
Listen well.
I'm sure that even if you've heard of us, you'll have misconceptions about who we are and what we do. I just told you I don't know anything. When the collective was first formed, some of us wanted to ensure that detailed records were kept of everything we did. More than simple paper could cover. Detailed records of everything we did. More than simple paper could cover. What is better than simple? I hope it's nothing gruesome. Maybe they discovered the microchip. I don't know.
This collection of memories is the heart and soul of the collective.
Thus, we enshrined the memories of several of our members into an altar. creating the ancestral memories. We've been adding to it ever since. This collection of memories is the heart and soul of the collective. So like a warlock's phylactery, like they've stored parts of themselves inside of a monument, or... Okay, that's a little weird, but I'm interested.
It's how we have governed our people for centuries.
You've probably governed them with your decision-making abilities and the actions that you take to ensure their safety and livelihood, and not with the collective stored memories in some kind of stone vault. You know, that would be useful if shit crumbled to the ground and we had to rebuild, but come on. That's not how you've governed and guided people for centuries.
One of our members betrayed us.
She became a lich by devouring the memories of her ancestors. By anchoring her life to each of her descendants, she became immortal. You may know her as the Scarlet Lady. Rissa, you're going to be surprised that I don't know her as that. And I don't know her at all. She became a lich by devouring the memories of her ancestors. By anchoring her life to each of her descendants. So she first eats the memories of her ancestors. That's one thing she does. That's how you become a lich. Okay, got that part. And then she anchored her life to her descendants, so she had offspring, and then she became immortal. Okay. The lich that supposedly fled to the Scarlet Moon? So our character, even though we have professed to know nothing, we must have this knowledge. Maybe they taught us in Ori primary school. To the Scarlet Moon. Everyone's heard that fairy tale, yes, see. And the Scarlet Moon, have we seen a red moon? We saw, like, the moon is sometimes weird looking. It has weird stuff around it. Looks like a structure built around it. Mainly you can see that in Chersonese pretty clearly at night.
She is no fairy tale.
I assure you she is no fairy tale. If the Scarlet Lady were to gain control over the ancestral memories, it would be the end of the collective. She could use them to guide our decisions as she pleased, or unleash a horde of undead Enmakar, or worse. The only thing that could be worse is if we use the word or again in that sentence.
We oppose the Scarlet Lady's efforts to control the collective.
We consult the ancestral memories regularly to find her potential descendants and deal with them. Okay, wait. Is this gonna loop around and connect at all with the upcoming war with Levant? I'm hoping that it does, because right now, I mean, this is all interesting, don't get me wrong. I like some of the things we're finding out here about the lore, the moon, becoming a lich. This is fine, this is good. But is this just some kind of tangent, or does this relate in any way to the things we've been doing up until this point? You know, how the Blue Chamber was assaulted, and we were sent to get people to help us with the war effort, and then we recruited a bunch of soldiers that... I'm assuming they're still all just sleeping it off at the inn, because they're not here in the town. And now we're going to deal with this Scarlet Lady and her efforts to control the collective. We consult the ancestral memories regularly to find her potential descendants and deal with them. What is a potential descendant? If you've descended from somebody, you are of their blood. Are we just like, oh, you look like... I don't know. Let's just continue. You mean that you kill them? That's exactly what they mean. Yes, it's tragic, but it's the only way to sever the Scarlet Lady's hold on the world. It's been ages and you haven't wiped out all of her descendants yet?
This is troubling.
It is, Rissa, it really is. She has grown craftier at spawning and hiding new descendants over the ages. More than once, underestimating her intelligence has caused great harm to the collective. And why do you want us to join you? You said that we're not exactly the most resourceful person, and... you know, that might not be an unfair assessment, but...
The Scarlet Lady is moving against us.
The memory has warned me that the Scarlet Lady is moving against us, but most of our members are tied up with the war. and I cannot reach out to them for help. So the war is still ongoing. This is just something totally separate that's happening. All I have are Gabriella and Julius right now. I need new members. Members, you say? Sounds like you have more than just me in mind.
Yes. I have already asked Roland.
Yes, I've already asked Roland. He has agreed. As long as he remains with the Cryptea, I will make his blood price payments for him. He could not refuse. Yeah, we're basically all your slaves when you boil it down to anything. And that's, you know, I chose to align myself with the collective, and that's like probably one of the biggest decisions that I regret in my playthrough of Outward. Is right from the beginning, when we start the game, these assholes are outside of our house, and they're basically threatening to evict us, kill us, burn down our lighthouse or something, if we don't immediately pay them. But then even paying them that wasn't our blood price, that was just paying them to keep our home. We still had this overarching blood price on our existence. And I wonder if by aligning with a different faction, if we could just drop all that, because I hate that. I'm not really sure if the writers intend us to feel negative feelings about the Blue Chamber Collective, but I definitely do. The way that it's written just makes it sound like everybody is a slave, and they just feel like justified, and like, I will make his blood price payments for him. Oh, we're all together, it's togetherness, and we're community, we help each other, but, you know, the blood price, you're not going anywhere unless you pay that off. Like, I don't know. No, I don't see how he could. He lacks any way to play the blood price on his own. Okay. I know how to use my assets, Robert rambles. Yeah, the main asset you have is just being a bitch, basically. Roland feels he has nothing to lose. I would be a fool not to leverage that. Sorry for the language, but I feel strongly about this game because I've invested a lot in it, and there's a lot of great things about it, but then there are things that are troubling to me. This one might be intentionally, you know, they might want us to have these negative feelings towards Rissa, and if that's their objective, to make me hate her, and to make me hate what the Blue Chamber Collective stands for, they're doing a damn good job of making me feel that way. Because this whole concept of the blood price, everything, I have felt contention with that since we did the first episode and walked outside of our house, and then we had to pay that off, and then when she forgave us, she said if we came here and helped her that she would pay the rest of our blood price. I felt more angst about it then. Probably should have been a good sign to align ourselves with somebody else, but here we are. Roland feels he has nothing to lose. I would be a fool not to leverage that. You're a fool either way.
Depends on us.
I know this is sudden and that you might have doubts. I won't force you to remain with us afterwards, as long as you keep our secrets, but I desperately need help. The collective depends on us. Like, we clearly have two choices here that are the same. Fine, I'll help you, but only till this crisis is dealt with. I'm not committing to more. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that one, because I kind of want out of here. Very well. If you're not willing to remain with the Cryptea once this threat has passed, I understand. I don't even want to remain as part of the Blue Chamber Collective, but I doubt we can change that.
Here's what I need you to do.
I've already sent Roland to the Conflux Mountain in the Chersonis to open himself to mana. I'm honestly worried if he'll be able to handle the journey. I need you to meet him inside there and keep him safe until he can open up his magical potential. Okay. Are we actually gonna be able to have this guy with us? I highly doubt it. We haven't had an NPC companion at all in 55 hours. I doubt we're gonna get one now. If you haven't already unlocked the power of mana within you, now is a good time. We've taken care of that. Do you see us? Do you see us? Do you want to see some stuff? I can't use my runes while we're in text. If you choose to remain a member of the Cryptea, I don't. Gaining the power of magic will make communing with the ancestral memories much easier. Don't care.
Once you've finished, report to Gabriella.
Once you finish helping Roland at the Conflux Mountain, report to Gabrielle Sullivan. She will direct your efforts to counter this crisis. Do whatever she asks of you. Is she here? Yes. So we have to go to Conflux Mountain, and then we have to come back here and report to this lady. We could definitely help this guy get his mana. No problems there. Roland, we're supposed to know who he is. He was probably one of the delegates or people that we interacted with during the convention. We'll call it a convention. It's a good name for it. I don't know if it was much of a political summit. They just kind of convened and then got attacked. I have a lot of thoughts, and I'm going to take some time to process through them. This seems like a big diversion from the primary plot. I'm interested to find out more about the Lich. It seems like we have a bit to do before we get to find out any more about the Lich. I'm pretty much done with this whole blood price, blue collective, pseudo communism BS. I don't enjoy it. I hope that that's the goal the writers have, or the writer, is for me to kind of hate these people, because I do. I don't agree with their way of life. I think the blood price is a silly concept. It seems to have shifting values and rules depending on what armor the plot needs. So we'll see. When we come back, I'll have not teleported us, I'll have run for about 45 minutes. But we'll be at the blue conflux path on the mountain back in Chersonese, and we'll see if we can find Roland. I'd say it would be cool to have somebody join us and kind of tag along with us, but I feel like if that were something that happens in the game, it probably would have happened already, right? Do we get an NPC companion, or is it just he's there, we're there, etc.? The plot continues. We'll see. Thanks for joining me, guys. Thanks for the support. Sorry for the foul language in this one, but like I said, I actually care about this game, and I like a lot about it, but there are some things that I struggle with. And I think some of those things are valid and that it's okay to talk about them. On that note, take care and wish me luck.